Bam, so we just picked up a new Video Mic Pro Plus. I think this is the newest one that Rode came out with, and it's gonna be a step up definitely in the audio. We also picked up a dead cat. So you guys know the fall winter season is coming up and there's a lot of wind in our hometown, so this is definitely gonna help that if we're gonna be vlogging outside. Overall, super happy. A little pricey, but hey, if it's gonna improve the audio, then I'm all for it. I'm not gonna use the new mic today just because I like to kind of test things out before I actually show them to you guys. But looks like we are gonna catch that bite early today. If you guys have not tried Chick-fil-A, I highly recommend it. I swear guys, we spend so much money on food. We literally eat out like every single day. And I think if we didn't spend so much money buying food, we would have more car parts, to be honest with you guys. But I mean, it's so good. Picked up the new mic, caught that bite to eat. Now I gotta head over to the Toyota dealership. So you guys might be asking why I'm going to Toyota when I have a Subaru. Older model Tacomas, they, I don't know if you guys are aware, but they have flares on their Tacomas. And the older models, I believe, come with a weather stripping in between. So I was recommended to actually buy that weather stripping from Toyota and then use that for my flares. I still don't know if I completely want to run the weather stripping, but we'll get into that a little later. For now, we're gonna head over there, try and get some. And then after that, we also have to head over to Subaru to pick up a new STI badge for the rear trunk. We'll see how that goes and if I actually end up getting an STI badge, because last time I went, they were very expensive. Okay, let's head inside and see what they got. Hopefully they have it here. So I went inside and I asked them about the weather stripping. They do have it. They just don't have it in stock, and it's 30 bucks a strip. So for each flare, it'd be 30 bucks, which would be a grand total of 120. If they would have had the weather stripping in stock, I think I would have pulled the trigger on it and just gotten it there. But since it is 30 bucks a strip and it's not in stock, I'm still debating whether or not I want to run it anyway, so I decided not to do it. I am gonna quickly run inside to the Subaru dealership, see if they have that STI badge. Once I get home, I'll kind of go in depth on why or why not I do want to run the weather stripping on the STI. And then from there, you guys can help me decide because you guys are always very helpful. Yeah, I remember the last time I came, the badge was pretty expensive, and now that I double checked, it definitely is too expensive. So I think what I'm gonna do if I do want to run the weather stripping is just order it online. Same with the STI badge. I'll just get a newer one, place an order online, and then we'll slap it on the car. Anyways, let's go home and give you guys a huge update on the STI. So it's been about a month now that the STI has been in the paint booth, and I know a lot of you guys have been asking when it's going to be back. A lot of people have been asking what the progress of the STI has been since the last time we talked about it. So today, as it sits, I believe that the STI is about 75% complete. So let's talk about what has been finished, what has been done. As far as bodywork, everything is good to go. There's no more dents on the cars. Everything has been fixed. Small things like the doors, door handles, hood scoop, the wing, all that has primer on it, so it's ready for paint. The only thing that's missing at this point is, I believe, the rear bumper and the trunk. So nothing has been done with that right now, but the trunk also didn't have any body work to be done on it. So everything is good to go. That just needs to be sanded down and painted. Now, moving on to the most nerve-wracking part about this entire experience are the fender flares. I posted a little sneak peek on our Instagram. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I will post it right here. But I don't want to show you guys too much on the flares just yet. What I can tell you is that the front fender flares, they're absolutely amazing. The fitment on them is crazy. He got them to fit right on, and there's no issues with the fronts at all. Those are ready to go. Those are primed, ready for paint. Now the rears is where the issue has come up. I decided to do some more custom work on the rear flares, and although it made the process a little bit easier, we're still having a bit of issues with the fitment of the flares. So let me get more into that right now. So the rear flares, I believe the molds are just not the same on both sides. They're not symmetrical. So one side fits really well and hugs the bumper, and the other side isn't doing that. So one side has more gaps than the other, but they both are still pretty bad. They still have gaps. So what he's doing at the moment is he's adding fiberglass and making sure that both those flares hug the body panels exactly how the fronts were fitting. But I'm telling you guys, for this guy's first time doing flares, I mean, it's crazy. You wouldn't even know that he's never done flares before. I'm super happy with the way that the car is turning out right now. Like I said, this guy is super cool. He's called me about 4 or 5 different times to come check out the car and see if I'm liking how everything's going, which I really like, you know, because that just goes to show that he wants to make sure that I'm happy with the work he's doing and that everything is to my liking before he paints the car. I will also post a couple more pictures on here of the progress of the STI, the entire car. Like you guys are seeing, the entire car is disassembled, everything is off. In this picture here, you guys are seeing the hood on the car, but all that has been taken off already, so that's ready for paint. The car was supposed to be painted today, or not painted today. The car was supposed to be returned to me today, so the day you guys are watching this video, I should have had my car back. The only issue was we ran into the problems with the rear flares, so it got delayed a little bit. Now the plan is to have the car go into paint this Friday. So Friday afternoon, the car should be going into paint, and then from there it's super simple. Once it comes out of paint, the car will be buffed, and then all the pieces will go back on the car. As soon as that happens, guys, the STI will be back. So I am super excited. I can't wait to have it back. You guys still don't know the color of the car, which I'm waiting obviously till the reveal, but I think this color is going to be awesome. It took me a long time to actually figure out a color for this car, but as soon as I saw this color, I knew this is the color I was going to go with. But for anyone wondering, yes guys, those flares are fitting absolutely perfect, which makes me want to talk about the next thing. Earlier in the video, I asked you guys whether or not I should run the weather stripping in between the flare and the fenders. Now, the reason why I'm still debating this is because the flares are fitting so snug on the fenders that I don't know if it's necessary to run the weather stripping, just because I feel like it looks a lot cleaner without the weather stripping. As most of you guys know, when they were first installed, the flares had a bunch of gaps all around it. So what that caused was, with the vibration of the car moving, it was actually scratching up my fenders. So when we took them off, we noticed a big old scratch all around the edge of the flare. So that's what I'm wondering. Do you guys think I need the weather stripping if they're gonna fit super snug? They're actually like hugging the fender now, so I don't know if I need it or not. I'm not afraid to drive the car in rain. I don't necessarily want to say that it's not gonna be my daily driver anymore. I'm just not gonna drive it in the snow, but I mean, like rain and all that stuff, I'll still be driving the car. The only thing that worries me is that I don't run the weather stripping, and then the day I take off my flares or whatever, for whatever reason, I'm gonna notice that there's a big old scratch on the fenders. So obviously you won't see it because the flare will always be covering it, but I still don't want fresh new paint to be scratched up like that and maybe in the future cause rust. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think I should run it anyway, or do you think it's pretty safe with the way the flares are sitting? I know you guys haven't seen it. I know you guys can't see the flares, but I guess either way, I'll buy the weather stripping, and if we decide to run it later on, then we'll throw it on there. Also guys, you guys saw that the front bumper had custom work on it. They're actually going to be molding that front flare piece to it as well, so that might be what delays it a little more. But it is looking like the STI should be back next week, so fingers crossed everything goes well. I am going to go see the car tonight, and we're going to double check the rear flares, make sure everything's fitting nicely. It's just crazy to me how the amount of work that has to go into these flares to actually make them fit right. It's a lot, but it's actually worth it in the end to just take that extra time to make sure they fit right. So at this moment right now, I believe he took about 2 hours on each one up front, and then the rears are going to take him around 4 to 6 hours each. So we'll just have to see how it goes, guys. Hopefully you guys are excited. I guess just hope that we have the STI back next week. So if you guys are excited, make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up and leave a comment down below. Are you guys excited for this? And if you think I should run the weather stripping, make sure to comment down below and why. And if you don't want me to run the